Here at Courtesy Nissan, we're very proud to be not only the largest internet Nissan sales in the nation, but we're also the #1 GTR part sales in the nation.
AutoPoint at a large volume store is an absolute. You can't quantify the amount of man hours that you would spend if you didn't have it. It's a must. I couldn't imagine operating without it at this point.
The benefits of the AutoPoint system are it keeps the technician in their bay being productive. It's a better way for the communication between the advisor and the technician, because they can both respond in the shop notes.
AutoPoint makes us work as a team between all the departments. Case in point, we go paperless. That's the best thing. For pre-owned approval, for instance, the pre-owned director doesn't have to leave a seat. He logs on to AutoPoint, clicks on the repair order, and he sees all the requests made by the technician, the parts prices from the parts advisors, and from right there, he approves it or disapproves it. He knows the price, what it needs to take to fix it, and the length of the job completion.
I also believe that AutoPoint has helped us with our cycle time, getting cars in and out. You know, the cars are tracked immediately. You can see, you can follow it through the shop notes, you can follow it through the entire process. There's no really dead time. You know, advisors are notified, parts counter guys are notified, technicians are notified. And the more that we communicate, the faster we turn out a finished product back to the customer.
The efficiencies with interfacing with the parts counter. The technician no longer has to go wait in line at the parts counter to get his parts. He can send via the shop note feature the parts that he needs or pricing and availability that he needs. Just a couple of clicks of the mouse, and then parts sends it back. Nobody has to leave their bay.
AutoPoint has really increased our business, I believe, by giving us the open line communication, as well as streamlining everything to where we are more in tune, letting the advisor know exactly what they need, how much it is, where it's coming from, if it's local, and everything is at their fingertips. I like to tell the parts guys that if we arm the service advisor with all the weapons that they can use in war, then that will only benefit the whole store. You know, I don't think that we could quite do the volume that we do without using AutoPoint, just by the sheer tracking and commitment. I have 2 parts counter guys, back parts counter guys. I don't believe I could use only 2 if I didn't use AutoPro. I think I'd have to at least double that staff to 4. So that has greatly streamlined everything that we do on the back parts counter.
AutoPoint also allows us to look at what we didn't sell and allows us to go back into our DMS or our database and market to those people and figure out maybe why they didn't sell from a communication standpoint or a marketing standpoint. Maybe the objection was money that month, you know, and maybe we need to be a little bit aggressive and get them back to the store, which will bleed over to CSI. You're taking care of your customer, you're still selling work, you're keeping technicians happy in the winter. I mean, all because of AutoPoint. I mean, it's a tool that keeps things going.
We roughly write approximately 3,000 to 3,500 repair orders a month. That's 3,000 to 3,500 cars coming across through the shop. I can't imagine doing my job at the level we're at now without the AutoPoint to track that.
If I got the opportunity to tell another dealership about AutoPoint, I would tell them how much of a raving fan I am of it. I believe it's a tool that every service drive should have in their toolbox. It does so many things for you, and most of the time we're so complacent in the car business we hate change, but it is something that it helps your day in, month out, quarter out, year after year business 100-fold. I mean, it's a must-have.
You know, there's a lot of software companies that claim to do great things, like AutoPoint, ASR Pro, ADP. I know Reynolds has their own. Like I said, I've been doing this 28 years, been using AutoPoint for 5.5 years. By far, this beats them all, hands down.
I can't think of anything that I would change to make it different. It's an excellent tool to use.